Someone on this app said they don't believe it's a good thing to wish FAFO on Trump supporters. But for me, it's open fuck around and find out season for the next 4 years. If we went back in time to his first term and we were about 3 weeks in, I might say, okay. But you have had 9 years of nonstop data on this man, on Trump, and how he will run this country. And now all of a sudden, you're surprised that he's a liar? You're surprised that he's going to stab you in the back? You're surprised that he actually is going to take away your rights? No, it's fuck around and find out season, bitch. Like, you thought you weren't going to be affected, and now all of a sudden you are. You were okay when other people were going to be affected, but as soon as that arrow pointed towards you, it was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So, no, I'm not going to be as nice as that person. I believe in FAFO, and it is going to be a long 4 years.
Hello everyone, welcome once again to AfriPost. I hope wherever you're watching us from, you're having a great time. Now, we know that President Trump is settling in office and already he has become the topic of discussion in almost every American mouth. There are those who voted for him thinking that Trump is going to come with some changes that are going to be helpful to the people. But then they are realizing that Trump is all about words and no action. He imposed tariffs on different countries. Right now, he's already rolling back the tariffs. And therefore, the end game of this is that the plan that he had to really salvage America from the economic meltdown that was going on is kind of being challenged. And there are no clear answers as to when Trump is going to figure out how to address the economic situation that is affecting most Americans. So in today's video, I came across some Americans ranting on TikTok about why their Fafo moment has arrived quite early. They thought it would be something that was not going to happen as early as it is happening now. So let's watch this compilation, then come back and share our thoughts together.
Make America great again is a bad thing? You took my tip away. I didn't mean to disrespect you.
You took your tip away. You did that. Thank yourself for that, because you did have a $10 tip until I saw your silly ass wearing that hat on my porch.
Oh, so now I'm silly. Okay.
Silly as hell. You just played yourself out of a $10 tip. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty fucking silly.
Well, sir, it's my livelihood. This is how I make my money. I think it's super disrespectful for you to treat me that way. And I think that's what's beautiful.
I'm the disrespectful one? Are you stupid? Do you know how many groups of people just wearing that hat offends? Do you understand how many people and groups of people that hat offends alone? Do you understand?
Well, that's your personal opinion and your belief,
No, it's not an opinion. It's a literal fact.
It's a fact.
Literal reason why you have no tip now, because it offends a group of people that I am a part of, and it offends so much more than just me. So what do you mean it's an opinion? It's a literal fact.
Okay. Well, look, sir, I didn't mean to offend you. I'm sorry.
But you did.
Look, I'm sorry. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm pretty sure your food's getting cold. Look, thank you for your opinion.
The only thing cold if you don't get off my porch.
Oh, okay. Have a blessed day, sir. This conversation is over.
Go.
I need your help to save my farm and many other farms. I wanted to give you guys an update on what we figured out with our contract through NRCS. So to give you some backstory, if you haven't watched the previous video, please go out, watch that previous video I've got on there. We are possibly going to lose our farm if NRCS doesn't hold up their contract with us on the EQIP program. So the reason that they're not able to hold up the contract is our EQIP program, which is cost sharing on fences, waters, a well, and some seedings, was funded by the Inflation Reduction Act. Because of the executive orders, there's a pause or a freeze on the funding through the Inflation Reduction Act, and they're not able to pay out on the stuff that we completed or anything going forward. But the issue I have is I've already done a bunch of the work, already paid for the material, already paid for the labor, so I'm out all that cost, and I use my farm operating expenses in order to do those projects, because per contract, I knew that I was going to get cost sharing refunds on the stuff once completed, but now that it's completed, they're saying that they're unable to provide the funds because of the freeze on the Inflation Reduction Act funds. So I reached out to a couple different senators and Congress people. So I reached out to Ann Wagner's office. I have not heard back from them. I reached out to Josh Hawley's office. I have heard back from him, not from him personally, but from his office. And they are looking into it because they said that this should not be happening. The intention was not to take away the funding from the farmers, but doing the Inflation Reduction Act, cutting those costs, then it's also taken away from the programs that those programs helped out. So it's in the works, but what I need from you guys is if you could please share this, tag your representatives, tag your senators. I need to get some ground on this because I'm not the only one this is affecting. So there are other farmers in the comments saying that they're in the same boat that I'm in because they signed these contracts, and the contracts, even like, so whenever I looked into the contract, I made sure that that funding was set aside. It wasn't funding that, oh, we hope it's there whenever it's done. I made sure that that funding was set aside so that way before I made these business decisions, I knew that funding was there per contract. So they're backing out on the contract because they don't have the funding. They can't release the funds. So please tag the representatives. Please tag the senators. I need to get some ground on this. We need to help me and other farmers out. We've got to get this funding paid out. I don't care if they don't do it in the future. The problem is there was contracts in place, multiple farms made business decisions, and multiple farms are going to sink if we don't get traction on this and get those funds unfrozen.
Awesome job. Awesome job. You're going to be in the news. We're going to be in the news. Yeah, and that's happened. And that's happened.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh.
That is Camila Gokin, and she is from Surprise, Arizona, and she thought she was going to be able to get away with acting however she wanted to in a traffic stop, and she was obviously taken down by a police. She believes it is her First Amendment right to be able to do whatever she wants, and that the officer just used excessive force. The police department clapped back and said, hey, yo, your First Amendment right, it doesn't excuse you from violating the law. If you get out of your car and start approaching a police officer, they could perceive you as a threat, and as a result will take you down. This is so ironic coming from the crowd who yells at everyone else to just comply, to just take it, to do as you're told, and nothing will happen. Why didn't you take your own advice there, Camille? Camila, is that your name? Sorry, if I mispronounce it, it's fine. You guys mispronounced Kamala Harris's name the whole election. But actions have consequences, okay? And your First Amendment right does not excuse you from those consequences. I know that you guys are emboldened by your King Donald Trump, and you believe that you have this magical past that absolves you of any wrongdoing as long as whatever you're doing is in the name of your King Trump. That is not how reality works. Wake the up and realize that, because your entitlement stinks. Anyways, my name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow or you won't see my face again. Thank you. Goodbye.
Anytime I hear Michelle or Barack Obama speak, I feel a deep anger. And it's not what you think. I feel a deep, visceral reaction to my shame and guilt and just overall FOMO. Because I had 2 opportunities to vote for him. And both times I leaned instead on my ignorance and pride and overall, I'm a Republican. And I didn't get a chance to be part of, first of all, voting for arguably one of the most successful presidencies in our lifetime. Second of all, just the collective effervescence, the hope, and overall just goodness that they stood for. And now, more than ever, I am feeling the magnitude of that. Because mark my words, I promise you, if you are or already have voted for Trump, you will experience this visceral shame years down the road. Because we are facing 2 realities. The first reality is that you vote for Trump and it works and he wins. The second is if you vote for Trump and Kamala wins. And in both realities, you will feel a sense of shame. Because if the first one takes place, in the best case scenario, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of how scary this could actually get. This is best case scenario here. He wins, he instills his tariffs and his tax plans that he's been talking about, which will cripple the economy as we know it. The things that you buy today on Amazon, more than likely, they're all coming from overseas. So expect to pay up to 20 to 60% more for everything that's in your current Amazon shopping cart. That is facts. Second of all, if he does go through with his mass deportation plan, that will decimate our economy. I'm not even going to waste my time talking about the rights that will be taken away from women and marginalized communities, since people that are voting for Trump clearly don't care about that anyway and only care about their bank accounts and immigrants, evidently. Remember, these are all best case scenario here. And you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be thinking, oh shit, I did this. I'm responsible for this. Then the other scenario is that you vote for Trump and Kamala wins. She's going to create an economy that's going to embolden the middle class to buy houses, start businesses. She's going to put restrictions on the corporations who currently today, they're the ones that are scooping up all of these single family households the second they go onto the market, and they have cash. Why do you think the market is so distorted right now? It's because it's unnatural. Corporations are one of the number one homeowners in America because they snatch homes up and then they sell them at a profit, which just then jacks up all of the pricing around in the areas. So Kamala is going to put restrictions on that. She's also going to put regulations as far as your grocery bill and your utility bill and just all around cost of living needs that we have. She's going to put regulations on basic goods for that. She's going to help us. And everything that you guys are complaining about as far as immigration and safety, she's going to put stipulations in place to create a safer border and a more efficient path to citizenships. We'll be living in this economy that you did not vote for, that you did not support, and you're going to say, oh man, I really regret not voting for her. She was right. She turned it around. You are not just casting a vote, you are helping create a legacy. Which side of history do you want to be on? You don't want to be on the side where I'm at, watching the Obamas making these amazing speeches and doing these amazing things and leaving this awesome legacy and knowing that I was a part of actively voting against it. That sucks. It really sucks. Now, all of this, of course, is provided that you have more emotional intelligence of, say, like a squirrel, and you have basic empathy and self-awareness, in which case this all applies. And if you don't, this doesn't apply to you anyway. But if you haven't and are still on the fence about Trump, I promise you, if you vote for him, you're going to regret it. And you're going to have to live with yourself for the rest of your life, knowing that you voted for somebody that destroyed our country.
We voted for Trump because he promised while he was campaigning like a million times that when he got into office, he was going to bring down prices, bring down grocery prices. The inflation has been high ever since COVID, and he promised he would bring that down. But it's obvious to me now that that was not true. Egg prices have skyrocketed. The bird flu is killing all the birds, and he doesn't seem to be doing anything about that. He's stopping disease communications from the disease centers in America, pulled us out of the WHO. Like, how does that help anything? And yeah, all he's been doing is taking away rights and freedoms, or trying to. He's not doing anything about the economy. So yeah, we totally regret our vote at this point. We've had a really tough time here in North Carolina. Half of my house got washed away in Hurricane Helene, and I applied for FEMA assistance and we got approved. But now Trump is canceling FEMA and emergency assistance to people. He's also canceled Medicaid for my children. I know they said they put a halt on his freezing of the funds, but the Medicaid portal is still not working, so we can't access anything for our children's health insurance.
Hey, so did we not tell you that he was going to do this? Also, he's wanting to get rid of the Board of Education, like we told you. It's like we said, oh, Project 2025 was real, and you all said, no, it's not real, that's a lie. And then now he wants to take over the Gaza Strip, and he's okay with ethnic cleansing. Y'all literally voted for Hitler 2.0. And not a single one of you MAGA people realize that you are also going to be next on the chopping block. Not a single one of you MAGA people will admit that you're wrong, even though it is quite clear that you are wrong. For everybody who didn't vote for Trump, it's all hands on deck. For everybody who did vote for Trump, I only wish that you are affected by what he's doing. Also, don't start crying whenever all the things that start happening to you because of what he's doing starts happening to you. The price of everything going up, us losing our freedoms, everything. Do not cry. This is your fault.
I have a question for Trump supporters, and I'm going to ask the question. If you come into my comments and you say anything insulting or you bring up Democrats or something that's irrelevant, I'm going to block you. But anyway, my question is, are you following what's happening to farmers across America right now that are having their funding cut? And are you not worried about billionaires and millionaires and corporations buying up the land when farmers become bankrupt and controlling our food supply?
Wow, the Fafo season seems to have begun quite early, and everybody's complaining because those kind of lamentations are quite heavy. And I came across a certain comment that I want to read for you here, where a Trump supporter and first responder, John Fail, was filming on CNN after funding for medical care and benefits of 9/11 survivors was eliminated by Doge. If you really want to save money, he said, stop going golfing every day. If you really want to save money, don't go to the Super Bowl. Don't drive your limo around the racetrack. There you go. I have just saved government a couple $billion. Come on. If this is make America great again, we are screwed. This is what John Phil said. He is and he was a Trump supporter. So if you see such kind of comments coming from people who have believed in Trump, I think it is quite revealing. And people are complaining and saying that still he came and said that he's going to ensure that prices of commodities are lowered, inflation is sorted. But I have another opinion here about everybody complaining about how Trump is governing the country. Yes, he has the shortcomings of the style of leadership that he has. For example, we saw the other day when he had a shouting match with Zelensky, Ukrainian president. And this reveals something about Trump. He wants things done in his way. But then if you look at the outcomes that we have right now, for example, on issues of economy and issues affecting Americans on different fronts, you're able to note that it's quite early. I think he's just like almost 1.5 months in office, and we have 4 years to go. So my own advice that I would say is that let's give Trump time and see what's going to come out. Others have said that they have enough data about Trump and he believes Trump is the same and will never change. But let's give him time to see if whatever he planned to implement will work. And if it doesn't work, what will be the choice for Americans to make? Because this is going to work against people like Elon Musk, who has really invested a lot on his presidency. People like J.D. Vance are also going to really ask themselves why they chose to be in this campaign. We also have people like Vivek Ramaswamy, who in fact left the Doge group because he wants to be a governor. And we want to see how things are going to come out. However, I believe it is quite necessary for us to give Trump time because every government comes with new plans. One thing they must do is destroy everything that was not working in the previous administration, then work towards implementing the agenda to ensure that whatever they're implementing is resonating with their call to ensure that their country is well represented and well taken care of. Tell me down in the comment section what is your opinion about the entire saga. If you're watching us for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and also share. You can also join our membership group where we provide you some exclusive and important content that is designed just for you. Thank you, and may the good Lord bless you. Goodbye.